Every time you search for something, you're not just getting a simple list of links. Nope. You're getting a reality that's been tailored specifically for you. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the invisible forces of AI and personalization that are literally reshaping how we see the world online and how brands are scrambling to keep up.
It all kicks off with a question you've probably asked yourself 1,000 times. Why on earth are your search results so different from your friends or your partners, even when you type in the exact same words? Okay, let's take a super simple search for the word apples. If a search engine knows you're a foodie, it's going to show you recipes, maybe some nutritional info. But if it thinks you're a tech geek, boom, you're getting iPhone news and Apple stock prices. It's the exact same word, but you're getting two completely different worlds. And that leads us right into this first big idea, your own unique search bubble. Now, search engines have been doing this for years, but with today's tech, that bubble isn't just a vague concept anymore. It's getting more powerful and way more specific than ever.
So what do we actually mean by personalization in search? Well, it's the process where search engines customize pretty much everything you see, from the links themselves to the entire layout of the page, and it's all based on a whole bunch of signals they've gathered just about you. And what are these signals? Think of it like your digital fingerprint. Search engines are looking at your location, your past search behavior, what kind of device you're on, your language. They even make some pretty smart guesses about your interests based on the trail of links you've clicked on before.
All right, section 2, AI supercharges personalization. This is where things get really wild because AI is taking this whole thing to a completely new level. We're moving way beyond just a list of personalized links. Now we're getting fully customized, summarized answers that are generated on the spot, just for us. And here's the crazy part. We've actually come to expect it. A study from McKinsey found that a whopping 76% of us get genuinely frustrated when our online experiences feel generic. I mean, that puts a ton of pressure on any brand that's trying to connect with people. Now, what makes this even trickier for brands is where we're all looking for information. It's not just Google anymore, not by a long shot. A massive 78% of people are now researching products on social media. This means brands have to keep their story straight, not just in one search bubble, but across dozens of different, highly personalized feeds and platforms.
What really makes AI personalization feel so different is that it's not a one-and-done search. It's a conversation. If you've ever used a tool like Gemini or ChatGPT, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Each question you ask changes the next answer you get because the AI actually remembers the context of your chat. It's personalization that feels like a real back-and-forth dialogue.
Okay, so this might sound incredibly complex, maybe even a little overwhelming. But don't worry, we can break it down. Let's pop the hood and look at the 5 key layers of tech that make all of this modern personalization actually work.
It all starts at layer 1 with the results page itself, which changes just for you. Then, sitting on top of that is layer 2, the AI overviews that give you those custom summaries. Underneath it all, at layer 3, you've got structured data, that special code that helps the AI really understand what your brand is all about. Layer 4 is the AI's memory, or its context window, which gives us that conversational feel we just talked about. And finally, layer 5 is the recommender systems, which use all this information to guess what you might want to see next.
Now, this brings up a really big technical headache for global brands. It's called entity drift. This is when an AI gets confused and starts treating regional websites, like, say, Nike's UK site and Nike's French site, as if they're two totally separate companies. This fragments the brand's identity online, and it really weakens its overall authority. So the big question is all of this personalization good or bad? Well, like most powerful tech, it's a real double-edged sword. It has some massive benefits, for sure, but it also comes with some pretty serious drawbacks that we all need to be aware of. On the plus side, for us as users, it means less friction and way more satisfying experiences, which for businesses leads to better conversion rates. But the downsides? They're serious. We risk getting trapped in our own little filter bubbles, our privacy can be a major concern, and it gets a lot harder for new, diverse ideas to break through all that noise. And for brands, it means that a one-size-fits-all global template just doesn't work anymore. So if you're a brand, how in the world do you not just survive, but actually thrive in this new reality? Well, the key is to be really deliberate about sending the right signals to the AI, consistently.
And here's a 6-step framework to help you do just that. First, you have to create shared objectives, so every single team is pulling in the same direction. Second, strengthen your technical foundation. That means using things like schema markup to clearly tell the AI who you are. Third, organize your content into clusters around topics, not just keywords, to show off your expertise. Fourth, use your own first-party data. Fifth, make sure your brand message is rock solid and consistent everywhere. And finally, number 6, actively work to strengthen your brand's perception to build that crucial authority and trust.
And that leads us to our final, and honestly, probably the most powerful idea of all. Your org chart is now online. The way your company is structured on the inside has a direct, visible impact on how it's perceived on the outside by both AI and your customers. Your internal structure is basically on display for the whole world to see.
And this isn't some new marketing fad. It's a classic concept from computer science known as Conway's Law, which basically says that organizations will always, inevitably, design systems that are a mirror image of how they communicate internally. So here's the bottom line. If your marketing team, your product team, and your regional teams are all operating in their own separate silos, well, guess what? Your brand is going to look fragmented and confusing to both the AI and your customers. Personalization doesn't fix this problem. It just shines a giant spotlight on it. And that leaves us with one last really crucial question to think about. If search and AI are now a direct reflection of your company, what do they say about yours?